right now. Now, moving on to some politics. Members of Parliament from Ford Kenya are this morning set to hold a media briefing on the ouster of their party leader and Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula as Senate Minority Leader. Now, during the press briefing, the legislators will address the implications of this latest move on the future of the NASA coalition.
Wetangula's service as the Senate Minority Leader ceases with immediate effect, and Senator James Agri Orengo is forthwith recognized as the Senate Minority Leader. Honorable Senators, it is so directed, and I thank you.
These ones are divorced. It will be messy, it will be noisy, and it will not be easy.
Mr. Speaker, I want to tell my colleague, Senator Wetangula, that we are also able to deliver the divorce, and we have delivered it in a very quick and swift manner, and with finality, Mr. Speaker.
As a principle of the NASA coalition, we believe that Senator Moses Wetangula now has an opportunity to work with His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga and His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta in delivering and pursuing the peace and reconciliation agenda that this nation has accepted.
I am going to work closely with Senator Orengo. I believe he's a man of immense respect in this House. Despite the fact that Mr. Speaker is on the minority side, he doesn't throw insults, Mr. Speaker, to us who are on the majority side, unlike others, Mr. Speaker.
All right, so that is exactly just what has been happening in the last couple of days. And yesterday, indeed, Moses Wetangula was removed as the minority leader in the Senate. We just want to bring in my colleague, Chris Thyre, joining us from our City Centre studio. Chris, you have been following this particular story for some time now. What really are you reading from this? The ODM party leader met with the other co-principals and assured them that he was not behind this particular, if you'd like it, Senate coup. But really, what are you reading from it, having followed these developments for some time now?
Well, a very good morning to you, Betty, and dear viewers. As you correctly put it, first of all, after the ouster of Moses Wetangula as the minority leader in the Senate, the leader himself, who is also the party leader of Ford Kenya, called for a crisis meeting at his current home, together with MPs who are elected on a Ford Kenya party ticket, and there are 10 MPs and one senator, that is himself, Moses Wetangula, and members of the NEC. And the crisis meeting was to deliberate on the next move that they will be taking as a party. And this morning at 10 a.m., that is less than an hour from now, we expect that they will be addressing the media at Parliament buildings. But just to preempt them, by yesterday, they had already indicated that business will not be as usual. And one of the aspects that they want to push is that they want to exclude ODM from the NASA coalition and work with Wiper and ANC. Remember, Betty, that the other principals in Wiper, that is Kalonzo Musyoka, and in ANC, Musalia Mudavadi, have been against the ouster of Moses Wetangula. And there has been reports that Raila Odinga has also been against that ouster. But there are questions. Then people come with questions. Then how comes that by yesterday he was unable to call his troops to order? Those are the senators from the ODM party and those who ganged up to ouster Moses Wetangula. But on the other hand, those senators who it is said that they defied calls for a meeting at Capitol Hill last, that is the afternoon before yesterday. And the stand or the ground is that for them is that Moses Wetangula as a minority leader in the Senate has not been a team player, and that he has been looking down upon members of ODM. And remember that, Betty, ODM party, which is an affiliate party of the coalition NASA, has a majority of the members in the Senate. From a total of 27, they have 20 elected senators, with Wiper 3. On the other hand, NASA, ANC has 3, and Ford Kenya has 1. That is Moses Wetangula. And And the argument has been then, if at all we've be given you that opportunity to lead us as the minority leader, then he should be a team player, bringing all the forces together. And actually, even before he was ousted, remember that was last week when the speaker read a deliberation from the members of the NASA that there is an intention to ouster Moses Wetangula. And according to reports is that he indicated he will not deal with the senators themselves, and he will deal with the principals, since he's among the 4 principals. But woe unto him, they went ahead and defied any calls from the principals, and they ousted him. And currently, James Orengo, who is the Siaya senator, is the minority leader in the Senate. And this morning, we'll wait to see or hear what the other step they will be making. But just to confirm is that Moses Wetangula is being supported by the other 2 principals, that is Kalonzo Musyoka and the ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi, who also the 3 affiliate parties held a parliamentary group meeting yesterday just to deliberate on these union between the 4 affiliate parties that form NASA coalition. Betty.
Chris, let's also just talk about this meeting that you rightly put and informed us about. And of course, the legislators joined from Ford Kenya will be coming out, to fight back. But is that an exercise in futility? Correctly, like you mentioned, looking at the numbers, really, they really don't have the numbers to fight back. Are we looking at a situation where members from ANC and Wiper will come to the rescue? And, is this process really irreversible, even as they try to fight it back?
Of course, Betty, they have indicated that they will not go down without a fight. But as you correctly put it, it might look like a fight which might not really yield much. Remember, even after the Speaker of the Senate, Kenneth Lusaka, read that ruling, members of the Senate, there was no one to come out and defend Moses Wetangula, because most of the members of the Senate were against Moses Wetangula and how he has been looking upon, down upon members of the Senate, and especially from the ODM side. And actually, there are also reports that the same predicament might befall Chris Wamalwa, who is the Kiminini member of parliament and who is the whip, that is the minority whip in the National Assembly. And that has been the fears now that even him, he is likely to be stripped of that position and be given to someone else, most probably the Homa Bay women representative Gladys Wanga, who also said to be eyeing that position. Remember that Gladys Wanga was not lucky to be retained as the commissioner in the Parliamentary Service Commission. And as much as the 3 affiliate parties, that is Wiper, ANC, and Ford Kenya, would like to gang up against ODM party on grounds that in their agreement that they have already deposited with the registrar of political parties, they had agreed to share these positions. But remember that when it comes to the standing orders, it says that, it correctly puts that the minority leadership, or the leadership in the minority, will be decided upon by the minority party stroke the minority coalition. And so it seems that since ODM party has the majority of members compared to the other 3 affiliate parties in NASA, both in the National Assembly and the Senate, then of course their fight will not bear much fruit, Betty.
Right. Finally, Chris, and very briefly, what does this mean for NASA as a coalition? We're seeing quite a lot of actions, discomfort, especially within the coalition partners. Where does this leave NASA? Just looking at the future of this coalition, because everything really seems to stem from that handshake. So what will we be seeing in the coming days?
Well, Betty, we expect much political hiccups here and there, especially from the opposition NASA. Remember that these hurdles started way back after the 3 principals missed the swearing in, the much hyped ceremony of the oath taking by Raila Odinga at Uhuru Park. That was in January the 30th. And when they skipped that event, that's when the divisions continued widening. And even from now that the ouster of Moses Wetangula as the minority leader, this only spells doom for the coalition. Remember that this coalition has managed to gel together and be united way from 2013 when they lost to President Uhuru Kenyatta on a Jubilee ticket. For the 5 years, they managed to gel, campaign, although there were some challenges here and there. But it seems that now, even as we head to the 2022 elections, of course, there are those talks that even before 2022, then the country might be heading for a referendum. Remember that both sides of the coalition, that is the opposition and Jubilee, that is in government, are all in agreement that yes, there are some issues that they need to amend in that constitution, although they are yet to agree on which are some of these clauses or some of these laws that they are expected to be amended before the 2022 general election. And much will be happening, Betty, but we'll be taking a close look at how these four leaders continue to work together, whether they will manage to gel and continue uniting. Remember that tomorrow, that is on Thursday, there is a meeting, scheduled meeting between the four leaders at Capitol Hill. That is at 10. That's the summit they call. They will be expected to hold that meeting at 10 so that they can try to deliberate and iron out issues. But from where I sit, really NASA is in a position that maybe it will depend on how they work out on these leaders so that they can emerge as a united force from what we have seen of late. Betty.
All right. Chris Thairu there reporting from our City Centre studio, just giving us the highlights really of what to expect in that meeting that's set to happen from around 10 a.m. this morning. And Ford Kenya legislators, like he mentioned, are set to meet today to give the way forward after the ouster of their party leader, Moses Wetangula. We'll be covering that.